you eventually got captured and taken hostage. What was the initial experience like?
Well, so when that happened with the truck, at first my mind actually recoiled from what was going on. I mean, I actually was in denial for a couple of seconds. I thought, okay, just a roadblock, you know. But once they captured me, I thought, you know, this is going to be really hard on my family.
Jesus.
And they beat me with their guns. They broke my wrist. They bloodied my scalp. And they broke my glasses. So that's the other thing I noticed right away was that, shit, I'm going to be blind.
How bad are your eyes?
I'm nearsighted. It's not good.
And this is like initial, like right away?
Yeah, oh yeah, it happened in that first skirmish, yeah.
So your wrist was broken right away?
Yeah, because I was trying to hold the car door closed and they pounded on it with their gun barrels.
Wow. And is it hard to talk about this?
No, because now I've written the book. I wouldn't have been able to do this before writing the book. But writing the book familiarized myself with my own memories. You know, it made me fluent with this material.
But your physical state seems to shift when you discuss it. Like you.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, your shoulders have risen.
Sure.
You're like, yeah. I mean,
no, it's a question of, you know, it's not pleasant.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So you said there was a long period of time before before they contacted anybody. Who do they contact?
Okay, so it was a week, and I had a grant, a reporting grant from the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting. I should have called them, but I had all my notes stolen, which means all my phone numbers too. And so when they finally brought me up to a bluff with a little cell phone and said, call somebody, I said, well, bring me my notes. I need to, you know, find the right phone number. They said, no, just call someone. So I called my mom.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's what happened. By that time, the FBI had informed her, had actually come to her door, and briefed her a little on what to say on the phone. So she was ready for the phone call. You know, she'd been sitting around for days wondering when she was going to hear from me. But that was also true about the Pulitzer Center. It was also true about my colleagues at Spiegel Online in Berlin. It was also true about my family in Germany. Everyone had been briefed a little bit.
Now, were they waiting for a specific reason? Why did they wait a whole week?
No idea. It's a really good question. I kept asking for a phone call. I mean, I was sitting there kind of in a panic too, you know.
And what were they saying to you during this week?
I said, oh yeah, okay.
You have a broken arm,
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're obviously you're in pain. You can't see anymore.
Yeah. I was in the first they took me to a bush camp, then they took me with a couple of other hostages to a prison house. And I had my wrist in a sling, and it just was painful, and it was confusing. I really didn't know what was going on. And then slowly they brought a doctor in to look at the wrist, and then slowly they took us out into the bush, and then finally they put me on the phone.
So you got medical treatment for your wrist, sort of.
Yeah. The guy he was probably a livestock doctor, but the guy was a very sympathetic older man. But he said, your wrist is not broken, and he put a splint on it, and that was it. It was broken, not broken in half, you know, but
definitely cracked.
I felt bones moving around in there.
Yeah.
It's been rearranged. It's been reshaped.
Did you eventually get medical treatment when you get home for it?
Oh yeah, when I got home, but
Did you
2
have to
years
get surgery?
No, 2 years and 8 months later, it was okay.
Oh,
it's
set?
It's a functioning wrist. Yeah, it's set wrong, but it's a functioning wrist.
Did you get an X-ray just so you could see how weird it looks?
Didn't even bother.
Wow. Now, when you're there, once you get the initial phone call, what is the process like after that? Are they talking to you about what they want? Yeah,
they said, okay, you have to demand $20 million from your mother. I think I must have smirked or something. They said, it's not funny. I said, yes, actually it is. That's not a serious demand, you know. But that was their opening gambit.
$20 million. Why specifically $20 million?
That's a good question. The first two hostages I was held with, two Seychellois fishermen, the ransom for them was also $20 million, but that's $10 million each. So maybe they were just doubling it for the American.